Hey everybody, Black Ninja 797 here. Welcome back to another episode of Myth Busting Mondays. I hope that you guys are well, and I hope you enjoyed last week's episode. But now, my friends, we are on to 5 brand new myths. And the final myth, as always, is I think going to be a banger. And the final myth, my friends, at the end of the episode is going to be, can you stop a hunter mid-pounce with a pipe bomb? But not the explosion, the throwing of the pipe bomb and boinking him in the face. Does that alone stop the hunter? Does it just make him just be like, what did you just do to me? And then just gives up. So that's what we're going to be testing here at the end of the episode. If you guys end up enjoying today's episode, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe to show your guys' support. And if there is a myth that you guys would like to see me test in next week's episode, just put them down below in the comments. But anyways, guys, let's do this week's episode of Myth Busting Mondays. Myth. Will the game block you from reviving a player with a defib if they've died from fall damage? So guys, the way that this myth is worded, essentially what we're going to be seeing is that will the game just flat out block us from being able to defib a player if they have died from fall damage? Because we all know that we can bring back somebody from the dead in Left 4 Dead with a defib, but does fall damage negate that? Let's see. I just spawned Nick into the sky and made him die from fall damage, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to defib his body, and I'm just going to be seeing if this is possible. Alright, so right now I'm going to be going into my mod menu, and I'm going to be turning no clip off so that way I fall back down to the ground, just so that way there's no placebos. I'm going to be pulling out my defibs and start clicking on Nick. And even though you won't be able to hear it because it will not be in the video, I am clicking on my mouse rapidly here trying to see if I can get Nick to respond, and nothing is working. So that means that, yes, this myth is confirmed. The game does block you from defibbing a player if it's specifically fall damage that kills them. This also does apply to if they fell off of a ledge or if they just jumped. But it's kind of funny how the game is picky about this for some reason. Myth. Can a smoker tongue break open glass? Alrighty guys, so I am in a session of verses here on the second chapter of Dead Center, and I have just become a smoker, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going back to Whittaker's gun store, and I'm going to be going over to something that I know is breakable glass by the survivors, which is the guns in their containers, and I'm going to be seeing if I can do that with a smoker, so let's see. And, yep, it works. So yep, my friends, this is confirmed. The smoker tongue can actually break down things like glass, which I would assume also would apply to anything like a breakable window, which could be very good in a actual versus game if you wanted to use that as a technique and maybe try to shoot it through something that people think was a solid piece of glass and get them by surprise. Myth. Can you complete Dead Center's finale if you've no-clipped into the room? Okay, my friends, so this myth is once again by the man, the myth, the legend, Dr. Zed, and Dr. Zed simply asks, basically, if it's possible to beat Dead Center on the finale if you have no-clipped into the arena, which basically means that you did not use the elevator to get in. But however, though, minus that exception, if you don't cheat otherwise from that point onward, can you still do it? And that's what we're going to be testing, my friends. So I have actually started the finale just already from the very beginning, because what happens is that if you don't take the elevator, you can actually activate the finale by just going over to the one like column post stand thingy. I don't know exactly what you would call it, but the thing that's just like chilling next to Jimmy Gibbs' stock car, and you can just click on it, will act like as if it's the elevator and just trigger the finale. And if you don't do anything from that point onward, the finale basically functions like normal, except that you will notice that the gas can counter is not on the screen, and also there's no gas can highlights. So essentially it's like you're playing without a HUD, and it can kind of make it where you cannot find gas cans, so that's why it actually took me a while to get up to the point that I did, and that's why all this gameplay is in super fast motion. Like, I literally condensed down like 10 minutes worth of footage into 2, just for the sake of your guys' sanity. But yeah, I wanted to show the gameplay footage actually uninterrupted regardless if it was fast, just to show you that I did not cheat other than just no-clipping in here to begin with. So I'm pretty sure he wanted to check just to make sure that if you, like, let's say, did like a glitch versus flat out cheated, that if you could still do it. And that's going to be the thing we're going to be testing, literally. So I'm just going to be just trying to juggle as many gas cans as I can get here. And just while we're talking for filler, just so that way there's just something to say while we're testing this myth to begin with, I just want to say is that shout out to Dr. Zed. Thank you, man, for regularly submitting in your myths to these series. I definitely appreciate it. And once again, guys, if you want to do like what Dr. Zed did here and you have a myth that you want me to test out for next week, definitely, by all means, feel free to submit them my way down below in the comments. I would love to definitely just check out your guys' myths to see what you guys guys can come up with. But as we wrap up the gameplay here, we're going to be just inserting the last few gas cans, and I got one left. And we're going to be seeing if we can even escape in the first place. So here we go. It says rescue has arrived, and yep, the cutscene has commenced, which means that at the end of the day, my friends, this myth is confirmed. You can complete the finale if you no-clip into it, and if you don't cheat anything else. Myth. Can you give meds to a survivor at the same time that they're pinned by a special infected? Alright, my G's, so we are here on the passing on the port. And I'm going to be here with Coach, and basically what's going to happen is that I'm going to be spawning in a hunter on him, so that way it will pin him where he cannot move, and then I'm going to be giving myself some pain pills, so that way I can be able to see if I can just click on him and give it to him and have it go into his inventory. So we are going to be having it where now Coach is going to be pinned once I freeze him, so that way he, like, won't fight back and stuff, messing up the myth. And then I'm going to spawn in the hunter and just see basically what happens. Alright, so here we go. So here is going to be the hunter, and he's pinning Coach, and then I'm just going to pull out my pain pills and just go up to Coach. And, okay, that's a new one. That apparently works. Yo, Coach, I know you're getting your internal organs scooped out, but have some ibuprofen, man. Just relax, take a load off. So, even though it's stupid, this is confirmed. But now, my friends, we are on to the final myth of today's episode, and once again, we're going to be seeing if it's possible to basically boink the hunter with a pipe bomb and interrupt his attack. Is the hunter powerful enough to withstand the ultimate force in this universe, known as the boink? Let's see. Myth. Can you stop a hunter mid-pounce by throwing a pipe bomb at him? Alrighty, my friends, we are on to the final myth now of the episode. Now, I do just want to let you guys know here is that you guys are only seeing the last little bit of my footage from my testing, because this did actually take me a few attempts before I wanted to get to my conclusion, because when it came to this myth, I thought that this sounded hokey. I thought this sounded silly, and we've had some really silly sounding myths here on the channel before. But sometimes, for whatever reason, they can sometimes be confirmed. So I was like, you know what, I want to give this a thorough amount of testing. So I took a lot of time just to sit down for a few minutes and let the hunter pounce me over and over and over again, because I was just not getting the result that this myth proclaimed to say that it gives you. And eventually got to the point where I was like, maybe it's like an angle thing. So I decided to actually start spawning the hunter on an elevated surface like the stadium steps. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to give this like one more try. So we're going to be just trying to throw a couple more pipe bombs and let's just see what happens. So I throw it at the hunter, and what do you goddamn know? It actually really works. The hunter can be stopped if you boink him just hard enough with a pipe bomb. This is actually something I was not expecting. So ladies and gentlemen, the final myth of today's episode is confirmed. You can stop a hunter, a beast of a special infected, in the middle of a deadly pounce by just simply throwing a pipe bomb and boinking him on the face. What do you know? And does this mean that there's going to be now a strategy or a meta where people are going to be throwing pipe bombs and boinking the hunter? I don't know, but it definitely would be a highlight for sure. So, in conclusion, get boinked, hunter. Alrighty, guys, so that's going to be it here for today's episode of Myth-Busting Mondays. But hey, don't click off just quite yet. Yes, I see you. Yes, I see you, Gary. Yes, don't click off quite yet. I wanted to tell you something really cool, so you don't want to miss out on this. If you guys like the concept of this series and you want to check out last week's episode where we tested some pretty cool myths, including one where we actually were trying to see if it's possible to stop a charger's charge, then you definitely want to check out last week. I'm just saying, I want to hook you guys up. But yeah, guys, if you would also like to end up seeing your myths in next week's episode, just once again, please put them down below in the comments. If you would like to financially support the channel, I tremendously would appreciate if you guys could go check out my Patreon. It's always winked. But yeah, guys, as I just said a couple of seconds ago, if you want to go check out the link in the description. But yeah, if you want to check out the link in the description, you guys can always check out my Patreon. Tremendously would appreciate the support. And if you guys also would like to, you can also use supporter creator code BlackNinja797 all caps in the Fortnite Epic Games item shops, because Epic is my very first sponsor, and they're sponsoring today's video, so shout out to Epic Games. But yeah, guys, I hope you end up enjoying seeing another YouTube video from the most unique YouTubers we're ever going to see. Thank you for watching, guys. I love you, and peace out.
Hey meme lords, Jesus here, and you better have enjoyed that video there by the eternal god Daddy Ninja. You should probably subscribe too, or the mighty Moab will come for your balls. If you enjoyed the video, you might like it too, and give me the memes. Flash, bang, boom!